Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So finally, yay, I'm here to finish our envelopes. Honestly, I mean, could I have taken any longer? I only did, was it 7 envelopes in the first place? Oh, it's taken me all this time. So yeah, I'm finally here to do them. So I've got this little frame here from one of my DigiKits, and yeah, I thought this would look really good on this, you know, reddy pinky type colour you know, envelope. So I'm just going to cut it out quickly. Okay, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that bluey green one yet, so yeah, that's as much of a mystery to me as it is to you, but we shall have a look through in a moment and see, well, probably just what's laying around on my desk, to be honest, but we'll see. We might have something, you know, some inspiration strike whilst we're doing this one, so who knows. Right, so I'm just going to put that one down like that, and you may have seen my recent video where I talked about the pressed flowers, and we used some with some glossy accents. It was actually Crackle Accents because I had run out of glossy accents, I'm afraid. So that's still the case. So yeah, I'm no further ahead there. Because I'm actually filming this on the same day as that video, so you know, I have ordered some other glossy accents, but it's not arrived yet. So all I've done is I've just glued a load of pressed flowers which I'd purchased from Amazon, and I've glued them down onto just actually some scrapbook paper, and then I've taken my Crackle Accents. You know, I've used that just because I didn't have any glossy accents at this point. Like I say, I've ordered some, it's not arrived yet. So I've just gone over the pressed flower with the Crackle Accents. The purpose of that is to kind of seal it. You know, like normally I've seen people use like the pressed flowers in things like acetate or, you know, laminated kind of pieces, and you know, I just really wanted to do something different and try something different with my pressed flowers. So you know, touch wood, I think it's quite a nice, you know, a nice effect really. So I'm just going to take that one, and I also have another one of the same flower. So oops, hold on, sorry, got all sorts of things stuck down on here now. So I'll just take that. Actually, I'm just wondering whether I could incorporate a couple of other bits. So, oh, I don't know. This might be going to be a bit lumpy for this envelope. We'll see. So, I'm kiss cutting these rather than sort of, you know, closely fussy cutting them, if you see what I mean. Predominantly, really, because A, they're very fine, you know, so I would struggle to fussy cut out like the stalk. But also because where I've kind of glued them, I mean, again, obviously they're very, very fiddly to glue. So some of them have been like reinforced with the Crackle Accents, if that makes sense, you know, rather than like this. You can see it's lifted. So I'm going to glue that down, but I fear that if I went right to the edge of the flower, what might happen is anywhere where it's not had the glue, i.e. just the Crackle Accents, I feel like it could possibly lift. So that's why I'm just going to go round instead, you know, with a bit of a loose sort of kiss cut, because hopefully that will then, you know, well, stay glued down, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say very badly. So we will just cut that out like that. Okay, now I haven't stamped anything yet on this background of this envelope, so yeah, I might have to do that, because we've done that obviously on the other, you know, with the other envelopes that we've made. So let's just, okay, finish that off. Right, these flowers might be going to be way too big for this. You know, I might kind of regret doing this and think, oh, they look monstrous on there. Yeah, because they are quite big, aren't they? To be honest. Yeah, maybe they're a little bit too big. Not sure. I'm not sure. Let's get some stamping down, and you know, maybe that will kind of help the whole thing come together. So I'm just having a look to decide which stamp to use. I did get that new stamp, which was the scripty one, which we could use that. Let me just stamp it off on the back, because I used it with the blue. Just want to make sure it's not got blue coming off. Okay, looking good. Now, what colour should I use to stamp this? I mean, I could just go for black, to be honest. That may be the safest option. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just go for black, which, you know, that's just really boring, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to just go for black. Boring as that is. You know, I used obviously the teal and the azure on some of the others. I mean, I could go with an olive green, I suppose. Oh, I think that might be a bit clashy, to be honest. Sorry, I'm just going to get my brown down. So, trying not to knock anything down from the shelf again, like I did in the last video, but hey. Right, so I've got a timber brown, and I've also got a saddle brown. And these are all stays on inks. I mean, yeah, I know I say this all the time. I really love the stays on. I am aware that not everybody likes them. But yeah, for me, I really love them. Now, do I go for the timber brown or the saddle brown? The saddle brown, I mean, it really is this kind of shade. Do you know, I'm going to put the script down with the saddle brown, I think. And then we might just do a couple of decorative kind of elements with the timber brown. What do you reckon? Let's do that and see. Okay. Oh dear, just going to have to stamp this down on the back and just check what's happened to this, because I feel like this might have gone green. Because it might have just reactivated that teal and then gone green. Oh, look, it has. Unless that is green. No, it is saddle brown. Yeah. Hey, that's more olive green than the olive green that I used before. Quite a nice colour, actually. Let's just go for that, shall we? Let's just go for that, because it is very pretty. Okay. Like that. Okay. Yep, like how that looks. Right, let me just get the packaging for this before I lose that. I mean, honestly, I've only just opened the stamp, literally. You know, and already I'm at risk of losing the packaging. I mean, this is just what happens, to be honest, with me and stamps. I'm a really shoddy stamp storer. Shoddy stamp storer. So, yeah, definitely not one to follow when it comes to storing of stamps. Pretty awful. Yeah, I mean, maybe these are a little bit on the big side to have two. Maybe we should just have one. Thinking just one. Let me just move my camera slightly, because I feel like it's a bit out of frame. Right, okay, so yeah, liking that. Do you know, I'm thinking let's just go in with this one again. And let's use, again, that saddle brown, because hopefully the saddle brown on this will come out. Although I did use teal, I think, with this as well. So let me just see what's going to happen to this. Yep, again, it's coming out quite olive green. Okay, let's stamp it a few times and then hopefully it will be going more brown. Oh, it's not wanting to go brown, is it? It's staying green. Oh, I'm just going to have to check this again. I did just check and it said saddle brown, but yeah, felt like I was going mad and thought, oh, I best check again in case I have just picked up the olive green by mistake. But no, it is in fact the saddle brown, but yeah, it's staying very resistant to getting rid of the teal. Okay, right. Just going to put a little bit over that script. I mean, to be honest, probably pointless because you probably won't even see that bit, but hey, stranger things have happened. Yeah, you can't really see it, to be honest, but never mind. It was worth a try, wasn't it? so I'm going to ink around my frame. Okay. Like that. Actually, I'm going to do it with the walnut stain because I feel like that's a bit more juicy. You know, yeah, just got a bit more inky finish left. Okay, right, now let's ink up these pretty dried flowers. So these are pressed flowers, in case you missed me talking about these. So they're pressed flowers. I bought them from Amazon, which, I mean, I didn't know until recently that Amazon did these. It was only from watching a video from the lovely Jessica from Paper Terrace, who used to be I'm a Cool Mum. And she just happened to be doing an Amazon haul, and one of the items she bought was pressed flowers. Well, I mean, I had no clue that Amazon did pressed flowers, but I was very excited then to actually buy some. So, yeah, thank you so much, Jessica, because who would have ever thought to actually look on Amazon for pressed flowers? I mean, definitely not me, that's for sure. So, yeah, awesome thing to be able to buy on there. Just because I've never really had any luck myself when I've tried to press flowers. They're pretty atrocious, you know, the ones that I've tried to press. In fact, they've all had to be binned because they've turned out so rubbish. So, yeah, this is very cool. Very cool indeed. Right. Wondering. Because I thought perhaps that flower looks quite pretty in the frame. What do you think? I mean, we could actually cut the centre of that frame out and have it actually properly in the frame. What do we think? Should I give that a try? Let's do that. Right, I'm going to have to use my craft knife, which if you watch me regularly, you'll know I'm not very good with my craft knife. So I'm going to just apologise in advance for the shoddy, you know, the shoddy job I'm going to probably invariably make of cutting this frame out. Oh my goodness. Let me pull my glasses down. Okay. Right. Okay. I hate using the craft knife. I find it very tricky. Okay. I mean, some people just make it look so effortless, don't they? And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I often just use the craft knife, and then, you know, when you just feel like your item that you've done just looks like it's out of a, you know, kid's kind of playroom. That's how I normally end up feeling. But actually that's come out not too bad. So let's try these behind. Oh my goodness, how pretty do they look? They look scrumptious. Yeah, I love how they look. Right. Yeah, really loving them. So, okay, let's pop them down. And obviously these have been glued onto the scrapbook paper. So now these are very easy to be able to get onto my project. You know, unlike a dried flower, which of course is not particularly easy. All the hard work has been done, you know, prior to this, where I've obviously stuck them onto the scrapbook paper. You know, that was all quite time consuming, obviously. And then, you know, well, in this case, crackle accenting. That was all quite fiddly, but of course it's done now. So now I'm kind of reaping the rewards of all that fiddly stuff, because they're now, you know, nice to use. Okay, so that looks really pretty like that. I'm thinking this is too much to have them both. What do you think? Let's just ink it up, because I mean, of course we can't really tell while it's still got white, because it just stands out a mile and doesn't really blend with the project at all, you know, at all. So yeah, let's just ink around there. Okay. Yeah, I think it's too much, isn't it? Unless we have it. And I wonder if I could just have half. Oh, that's a bit weird, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably a bit weird. So I think I'll just have the one. Over or under the frame, probably under. Now, also want some lace. Of course, we want some lace, don't we? So yeah, let's just see if we want any like paper bits or anything in the background as well. So let me just have a look and see what I've got here to the side of me. Again, you know, I'm just literally seeing what I've got in my bunch of scraps that are, or, you know, not bunch of scraps, but, you know, my items that are just here loosely beside me. So I've got some bows. Again, let's just see what ones I've got cut out ready. I've got this, but it's huge. It's a little bit on the big side. I think that would be okay if I wasn't having the flower. The fact I've got the flower, you can't really have two ginormous items on there. It's just, you know, like overkill. It just looks strange, you know, like it's just swamped with massive things. So yeah, I shall just instead cut out a small one, and we'll just try it. It might look okay, it might look rubbish, but you know, doesn't hurt to try things, does it? So like that. Okay. Yeah, I can't tell you how much I love those pressed flowers in the, you know, being stuck on the scrapbook paper and then kind of glossy accented, because they just then really, you know, lovely and usable. I mean, they don't look like real flowers at all. They just look like, you know, like a scrapbook flower kind of thing, you know, from some scrapbook paper. Right, I love how that looks. That's really pretty. Now I've just got this trim. So again, let's just see, you know, this might look okay, it might look rubbish, but again, doesn't really hurt to try, does it? No, I wonder what it would look like coming out the other side. No. Right, let me get this frame stuck down. I mean, I say this all the time, but I really like to get things, you know, glued down, because then I can't move them anymore. And, you know, I just find that really helpful. Even if I later kind of think, oh, I wish I hadn't put it there. It's just helpful to have it glued down, because all the time it's not glued down. You know, I'm forever then chopping and changing my mind and thinking, oh, perhaps I'd prefer it here, or, you know, perhaps I move it. Once it's glued down, even if I kind of think, oh, I wish I hadn't put it there, at least it stops me moving it around, which is, you know, is a good thing, isn't it? Oh, look. Talking of which, I wanted to have the flower underneath the frame. So, yep, that's the first mistake. Obviously, yep, first mistake there. Right. Let's just see if there's any other ways that we want to have this. I think that lace is not the right lace. It's like too big, way too big. Okay, let's just see what else I've got. Got some of this pretty lace. It's quite peach. I'm not sure whether that's quite right. Okay, let me look in my little bag that I take to my mum's house when I go there, because honestly I always take my craft bag when I go to my mum's, just, you know, while I'm sat chatting I can then be crafting. It's sad, isn't it, really? But I do hate being away from my craft stuff. So yeah, kind of just take my stuff, which now, oh gosh, end up taking more and more and more every time I go. Because again, there's so many things that I'm kind of wanting to do that I think, oh, I'll take that. Oh, no, I'll take that. Oh, I'll take that. And before you know it, I've taken like a ton of different things, you know. I mean, how much stuff I think I'm going to get done in the course of like 2 or 3 hours is beyond me, you know. Bearing in mind, I don't get that much done when I'm at home. Why do I think I'm going to suddenly do all that when I'm at my mum's? It's bizarre. Bizarre behaviour. But yeah, that's what I seem to do. Right. Okay, so let's just put that bow down. So again, I'm going to hot glue the bow on, but not press it down too hard, so it's got a bit of a 3D type thing going on, like that. It's just got a bit of a lifted, kind of raised effect there. Okay, and yeah, I do really like this flower, to be honest, so I wonder whether I could get it squashed under there at all. I mean, I could always peel the frame if I definitely want it under there, but I mean, does it really matter if it's over? Let me just see. Curl that up a bit. Don't know whether it was better over or under, to be honest. Oh, under, yeah. Yes, it is better under. So, okay, let's just pop that down. Okay, and yep, squish that in there. And then obviously I can re-glue the frame, you know, just using the hot glue to get it back, stuck back down. So again, just take that corner. Okie dokie, looking good. Right. Oh, I love that envelope. That looks so gorgeous, doesn't it? And I will just scrunch up the, you know, round the edge as well. I love how that looks. That is scrumptious, isn't it? Absolutely scrumptious. So, yep, let's just ink that up. Oh dear. Somehow managed to ink that flower really dark on the edge. I'm not sure why that seemed to happen, but anyway, never mind. Oh, I love how that looks. That's really beautiful. So let me put that to one side. Right, last one. So this is the one that I said I've got no clue what we're doing with this. Let me just glue this flower down because, yeah, just in case we use this. I don't know why that had been resistant to wanting to glue down, but let's get it glued down. Right, yeah, we've got this bluey green one. No clue what we're going to do with this one. So again, let's just take the top off. So we've got a starting point for the pocket. Okay, and oh, what should we go for? What should we go for? I'm just going to pull in, again, those gorgeous stamps. We used these on the last one. I don't think I can use that, to be honest. No, that's not going to work. What about this? Looks quite nice. I'm not sure. Might be too much in the way of blue, but I guess it depends what we want to put with this. So, okay. Oh, come on. Well, I've got that mouse bite effect going on around my piece here, so that just happens sometimes, doesn't it? Not great, but just every now and then it can happen. Okay, so I'm going to go for that. Again, I'm going to stamp it, I think, with that lovely letter stamp. So my new stamp, which is this woodware one. Got this from Amazon. It's called shipped Oporto, I think. I don't know how you would pronounce that word, to be honest, but yeah, shipped something. And I think it came up, I think I searched, background stamps, but I could have searched script stamps. I actually can't remember. So, but one of those, you know, one or other of those, it will come up. But it's a lovely, lovely stamp, I must say. Very, very pretty. Okay. So, and again, I mean, it's obviously come out quite green because I've used that timber brown over, you know, what had been teal on the stamp. So, of course, it's clung on to some of the teal and now we've got brown. But actually, I quite like it on here. I think it looks quite pretty. Now, going on that, oh, you know what? We did some gold stamping in the last video, and you know, much as I'm too lazy and can't really be bothered to get my gold ink out, gold embossing powder out, I'm going to, because I just suddenly thought, oh, imagine this colour with the gold. That would look awesome. So let's go for that. Okay, so I'm just going to do random stamping around, again, around kind of predominantly the corners and things of that envelope. So, you know, as if it were a corner stamp, just so we've got some, whoops, just so we've got some detail, you know, decorative kind of elements going on around it. So I'll just do it all the way around now, and then it's just done, isn't it? Don't have to worry about anything else. Okay, right. So that was just using my Versamark. And yep, let's just take that gold embossing powder. Sorry, I'm losing my words. And then just do the other end. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, let me just now get my heat tool on this, and I will just quickly, you know, melt the embossing powder, or, you know, heat emboss the embossing powder, and I'll be back. So I do apologise that this is off camera. I know I've said this before. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. My plug won't reach to the desk, so I do apologise that it's, you know, I'm technically like behind my desk. Well, not behind my desk, but you know, I've had to move back from my desk. Okay, but you're not missing much. I'm just literally doing the heat embossing, so nothing new. Nothing very interesting going on there. So, okay. Right, nearly done. And I do apologise if this is taking a while. Obviously my heat tool is now kind of back to being cold, so it's kind of having to heat up from scratch again. So, okie dokie, nearly done, nearly done. I know I've said this before, but I really just love it. You know, when you use the embossing powder and you see it like as if by magic turn from powder into gold, and it seems particularly apparent when you do the gold powder. I just love how it looks. It's just as if it's kind of been whipped through sort of a magic machine. It's an awesome appearance, I think. Right, nearly done. Okay. I think the shadow's catching that, so I can't really tell whether it's actually dry or not in a couple of places, but oh my gosh, how beautiful does that look? I mean, I love that colour of the envelope with the embossing powder. It just looks really opulent and beautiful, doesn't it? Yeah, really love that. Okay, let's get rid of that embossing powder again. Okay, get that off the desk before I tip it over, because, you know, stranger things have happened. Right, okay, loving how that looks. And we've got obviously the top loading pocket there. Might just ink in there a bit. Okay, right, and what was I putting on there? Oh yes, this. Couldn't remember for a minute. Just gone completely crazy and couldn't remember. So we've got that now. Just wondering whether we need anything else. Could have this. I feel like it's not really opulent enough, but let's give it a try. And just tear that down. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? I wonder whether we could have any of the dried flowers, actually. I mean, I know they're completely different colour and all that, but a bit weird, probably. Let me just cut this one out for a moment and we'll just see. So again, I'm just kind of kiss cutting this. Like that. Okay. And obviously I'm going to ink this up, so if you're thinking, oh my gosh, that looks shocking, once it's inked up it will hopefully look okay. So, because I mean, obviously, you know, to fussy cut this out would be a nightmare, and you know, you'd be left with the most vulnerable little kind of stems and leaves on the planet, wouldn't you? I would think that, you know, they would be very easily ripped apart and, you know, left in tatters, wouldn't they? Okay. Right, let's see. Let's see. Do you know, I actually don't mind it except for the leaves. So I've got here sort of a couple that are just purple. Just going to cut those down. Just see how they look. you know, without the leaves, because those leaves were a little bit big, I think. So let's just see how these would look. Okie dokie. So again, let's just ink around here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do some more of these once my glossy accents has arrived, so which hopefully it will do later today. Let's try this one. Again, this might not be great because now I've got that sort of, you know, yellowy, I mean, it was white kind of flower, but against the white paper it looks yellow. So yeah, but we'll just see how this one looks. So and it might not look too bad because actually it's got a bit of a gold kind of appearance, which might just tie in quite nicely with the gold. Quite pretty. Let's just see these. Again, I mean, look at how fiddly these would be if you wanted to kind of fussy cut it properly, like in close to the flowers. You know, they'd be so flimsy, wouldn't they, and fragile. So, yeah, I think kind of, you know, if you're using this technique, I kind of think the kiss cutting is like the only way to go, really. I mean, you might be a much better fussy cutter and, you know, also much less heavy-handed and not kind of tear your pieces apart. But definitely for me, I mean, A, I would struggle to cut it, and B, I would definitely struggle to not then, you know, pull it apart and kind of damage the flower. So, yeah. But hey, if you know, if you're not kind of like that, then, you know, good for you. That's really great. Not overly liking these ones, to be honest. They're a bit too kind of, yeah, they're a bit too skinny. Bit too much looking like a weed, I'm finding. Let's just cut around there. Okay. Just cut in there. Right, let's just go in again. I've now recut that. Just get rid of those. Okay, what do we think? I mean, the purple is kind of nice, isn't it? I mean, teal and purple are like a lovely combination, to be honest, aren't they? And actually, I'm just having a look, and I've got these kind of purple distress inks, which, oh, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is definitely going to work, but just wondering whether I could get a bit of purple on here somewhere. So I'm going to change my ink pad on my Ujimi, on my blendy tool. So I'm just having a rummage through my drawer, seeing if I've got one with purple on it already, because that would obviously be great. And of course, I have used purple, and of course now I can't now see the purple one. Hold on. Oh well, right, let's go for this one where I've used blue before. So yeah, let's put the, okay. Oh, let's just have a look. Ooh, yummy. Right, so let's just do a couple of bits around. Oh, I love how that's kind of just going in amongst that gold. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Okay, right, I'm going to leave it there for a minute because I don't want to kind of overdo it. You know, heaven forbid that we would overdo it. Right, let's put the pieces down. So put this one down here. Okay, just press that down. Okay, right, let's get this down now. Okay, right, that's those. Now, let's put those flowers back on. Kind of wishing that this stamped piece that I had gold embossed this. But, you know, I mean, it's fine. And maybe actually it might have been a bit too much gold, who knows. But I'm thinking kind of, yeah, I wonder if we could do a bit of gold edging just around the edge of these flowers. Yeah, I'm just having a look to see what I'm going to gold edge it with. So I'm thinking, yeah, a bit of Inca gold maybe. Actually, you know what I've just thought instead of the Inca gold is I've got these little Brian paint sticks. So I'm just wondering whether this might be better than the Inca gold in this particular case. So yeah, okay. Right, a bit fiddly here because obviously it's in that little gap, but okay. Oh dear. Yes, that looks quite nice. Now, I've also got a purple one, and these flowers, these were purple. Now, I have to say, they don't look that purple since being glued down. I mean, they weren't that purple, if you see what I mean, but I'm just wondering whether I could go over these a bit with the purple little Brian paint stick to get just some extra colour on there. And then it just looks a bit more purple, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like that, and then this one kind of have up there. Okay, right, let's hot glue these down, I think. So that one. Okay. And then here. Let's just go over that edge with a bit of this. I think probably the Distress ink would have worked better actually, so perhaps I should do the Distress ink instead. Well, it's not too bad actually. Once I kind of get it down, I think it will look alright. Let's just go around there. I mean, bearing in mind, these little Brian paint sticks, that's what they are, is paint. So, I mean, of course, you know, they're a little bit messy to use because they are, you know, they are paint. Okay. Right, okay. Now I'm just going to go slightly round now with my purple Distress ink as well. And maybe around this one too. Then I'll just dust it off. Okay. Oh gosh, could I have fiddled with this one anymore? It's now kind of lost its shininess altogether. Yeah, that was not the best move, was it? Oh dear. Oh, look, not sure what's happening here. I'm assuming that's the Crackle Accents actually peeling off. Well, I've never had that happen before. So I'm going to go over that again with the Crackle Accents, but I'm going to glue it down first. So, you know, so it's attached on my page. Okay. Okie dokie, right, let's get these glued on. So, okay, and this one. Yeah, really like those. Now, just going to put that Crackle Accents back over on this one where it's come off. Because, you know, I just want it to be nice and glossy, obviously. So, yeah, let's just get that down there. Okie dokie. Right. Now, do we think that that needs any more purple? Do we think it needs gold on the edge? Or, I mean, that purple I wasn't overly liking, to be fair. Let me just try it. See how this would look, you know, like if it were around the edges. Oh dear, it's very, very bright, isn't it? Oh, let's try it. Because that's just giving it a bit of a metallic kind of feel, which is quite nice with the gold, isn't it? Okay, just bring that down a bit. And just a little bit along here as well. Oh, I love how that envelope looks. Isn't it just so scrumptious? Really, really, really love that. That's so pretty. Right. Again, I haven't got any lace on there yet, so let's do some lace because, wow, how boring to not have lace. And, you know, just how unlike me to not have lace on there. So, yeah, let's put some lace on. Just, again, wondering about this piece. I don't know whether this would look right or not, but let's give it a try. Again, maybe it would look better just one. Oh, I like it like that, with just that one lone piece up there. I know it sounds weird, but it kind of looks good. Kind of does look good. Okay, yeah, I love how that looks. Okay. Right, that is that. Now, just, yeah, I still can't quite finish it there, so I do apologise. I was about to say that's that. And then I suddenly thought, oh, actually, let's just check that we don't want a butterfly. So, yeah, I'm just going to quickly check. You know, we maybe will decide, actually, enough's enough. We've got enough stuff on here, but you don't know if you don't try, do you? So it's always worth trying. Let me just, oh, I've got now the purple on here. Oh, well. Started with the purple. I'd best finish with the purple now. So, yeah, let's just mop that up. Let me now go back over with the walnut stain, because obviously that now looks a bit weird, bit of a weird colour. Oops. I don't know. What do we think? No, yeah, it does need something, doesn't it? So, oops, I just dipped my finger now into that Distress Crackle Accents. I think down here was better. Otherwise, it looked a little bit like I was trying too hard to, you know, put things in every single patch. So, yeah, let's just have it down there. Okay. Well, I love how that looks. That is super pretty, I must say. So very, very, very different. Very different. So let's pull in all the envelopes that we've done in the last 3 days, or, you know, the last 3 videos. So they all look so very different, I must say. And I'm not now sure which one's my favourite. I really did love the ones that I did in the last video. But then, having said that, I really do quite like these ones now. So let's have a quick catch up and a quick sort of recap. Let's have a look. Let's move all this stuff out the way so as I can actually fit them on the desk. Okay, so these are today's. Look super pretty, don't they? And we've used the pressed flowers, obviously. These were yesterday's. or you know, the previous videos. That was those. So again, very different, really gorgeous. And these were the first ones. So all very, very different, but all very, very scrumptious. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I like best. Let me know below. I'd love to know which one you like best. And yeah, I hope that you feel inspired and, you know, just get using up your stuff. I mean, these were just some envelopes that I had laying around on the floor. And now I've got, you know, 7 beautiful pockets ready to use. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.